Karamoja, the young people from Acholiland, young people from Busoga, young people from Bugisu, from Ankole, from Chigezi, from Buganda, from all over the country. Young people. I say young people. Young people. I want to talk to you today. Some of these words are not my words. Frantz Fanon said that every generation must discover its mission and betray that mission or to pursue that mission. Buli mujiji gulina okuzuula omulamwa gwagwo, then ogwo mujiji gusalewo oba gufollowing ogwo omulamwa gugutu. This generation, I say, knows its mission. Mwe abavubuka b'omulembe guno mumanyi omulamwa gwammwe, mumanyi ekigendererwa kyammwe. I am not here to tell you about the problems that you go through every day. No. We've talked about that for more than 5 years. I'm not here to remind you about the freedom that you don't have. No, you know that. The young people from Karamoja, the richest place in Uganda and probably in Africa. You know that Karamoja is rich, but you are poor. I'm not going to teach you that. I don't live in Karamoja. I'm not going to show you the misery of the hospitals and the schools there. You know it. The young people from Acholiland, you know how much of your land is being stolen and given to foreigners. You know I'm not going to remind you of that. Okay? You, the young people of Ankole and Chigezi and the whole of Western Uganda, I'm not going to remind you that you're being used as scapegoats because the rest of the country thinks you earn tribal allowance. I'm not going to remind you about that. I'm not going to remind you about the kind of problem Museveni is causing for you. You know it. Okay? You, the young people of Uganda, sigenda bajukiza ngeri gye bababyeko ttaka lyammwe, sigenda bajukiza kitiibwa kye mwalina kye babaggyeko, sigenda bajukiza nti babasengula ku mataka gammwe n'abafu bammwe ne babazikulayo, sigenda kibajukiza nabadde kibogajjo. Naye amataka ago gonna amagagga kungulu bali makasooli wansi wajjudde zaabu. Ng'omukadde amanyi aze kanime kasooli wange nkome ettaka ly'abaana. Abwe basuula zaabu, bwe basuula gold, bwe babagoba ebirombe byonna either bya Museveni oba bya Sodo oba bya mwana we oba bya mukazi we. Sigenda bajukiza ebyo, sigenda byogerako olunaku lwaleero, mubimanyi. Era sigenda bagamba nti twetaaga okwenunula kubanga mukimanyi. Mumanyi abaana bameka abali emiddanga tebalina musango. Naye ng'ate ababbi bali ku street batambula. Mumanyi ababbi. Banyugunya abatuufu tubamanyi. Mwe bageto yuti mukimanyi bulungi nnyo. Sigenda kwogera ku Shuki alimida ssaawa zino. Sigenda kwogera ku Umar Magala alimida ssaawa zino. Sigenda kwogera ku baana bonna abawambiddwa olunaku lwaleero kubanga mbamanyi. Ne tulina kukola ki okusomoka awo? That is the question. We have a mission. But we just have to decide to either pursue that mission or betray that mission. So nakulwalero nganjogera n'abavubuka, now that I've gotten yet another opportunity of talking to you, I will say this. First of all, I will remind you that we had intended to host this engagement outside Buganda, outside Kampala. But you know that the last time our teams tried to go up country, Nyanzi Jejemigo Jatambuza. So we all know the challenge that we have as a generation, ladies and gentlemen. We have a challenge to change our country. We have a challenge because many of you are young, but 5 years from now, many of you are not going to be young people. I was a youth yesterday. I'm not a youth anymore. And before long, we have a challenge. Tumanyi kye twagala, kyo tukimanyi tusobola pretendinga nti tumanyi bizibu biri wano. Although many of us are paid to pretend that everything is okay, it is not okay. We have a challenge. The biggest challenge of this generation is to put Uganda back on the right track. Uganda eringa nsi, eringa train, ndiyaserera neva ku luguudo lwa train. Tuyina okugisitulanga generation tugisse ku luguudo lw'otuufu. We have a challenge. Those that came before us, our fathers and mothers, they had an even bigger challenge. They were fighting against the white man. Now the whites were more developed, bebaleta n'eddiini. Nga ne Katonda ali mu kifaananyi ky'Amazungu, nga ne Yesu muzungu, ng'oyinza otya okuwakanya Abazungu. Ne bataata baffe, ne bamaama baffe, bajjajja baffe, balwana n'Abazungu, and they defeated the white people. They defeated the white people. And here we are as a country. We are the result, especially we, the generation. We have young, old people here, but I want to speak to you, the young people. We have a task to change the trajectory of things. Today we are in a country where 30 is the new 18. Many of you are 25, but you're still living with your parents. Not that you don't know. This is a more enlightened generation than the ones that came before. But 30 is the new 18. Miaka 18 obere ocheyiya. Miaka 2 ocheyiya. N'abasatu banja bacheyiya. Many are educated, not employed. etc. I can't go back into our problems. I just want to challenge you, to provoke your reasoning, to provoke your anger, because if you can't get angry with the state of affairs in Uganda, you are a damn fool. I say that again. If you cannot get angry with the situation, you are a fool. Because a smart person, when you have brains in your head, this is supposed to annoy you. It's supposed to annoy you. But how are you going to channel your anger? That is what I want to speak to today. We are in a fight. Many of us got scared, but indeed more of us are even joining the fight. We have a fight to change our lives. But how do we change that fight? Number one, let us realize that we have a problem. No. I want to salute in a very special way you people that are here and those following us online. Already you realize that we had a problem. We have a problem. This problem was not solved by our fathers and mothers. Many of them are long dead, others are dying soon. We are the new fathers, the new mothers. And some of us are already becoming grandfathers and grandmothers. We have to decide either to subject the same challenge to our children or to change it. We cannot blame our fathers and mothers, because once upon a time, a young man speaking like me, called Museveni back in the 80s, came and convinced them. Yes, he was not as cute as I look. And they followed him, and he betrayed them. That's why today I want to speak to you individually and to ask you not to consider this as a Chagulanyi thing. No. Don't consider this as a Nyanzi, as a Senyonyi, as a Rubongoya thing. Don't consider this as a Zedriga thing. It is your thing. You have a bigger stake in this more than Zedriga, because she's older than you. In fact, most of you have a bigger stake in this more than me. You are in this country much longer than me. But I'll speak to that later. What must we do? First and foremost, let us realize the task ahead of us. Fold our sleeves and our trousers and get to work and do what we must do.